Word, son. What it do, YouTube? It's your boy, Jedivine. Before we get into this video, make sure to like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. If you haven't already, when you hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon to be notified every time I upload. Without further ado, let's get up into it. All right, man. So this video it's kind of not on course to what I normally would post. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking for another rant video about Madden or something like that, this kind of might not be the video for you. You know what I mean? So I'm just probably gonna let you know right now. You might want to just click off the video and probably just wait for another video to be uploaded around that's something you're more interested in. Because I don't know if you're interested in this type of thing that I'm finna delve into. So if you're not, I understand. You know, I'll see you in the next video. But for the ones that do want to watch the video, you know, stick around. You know what I'm saying? You might could probably input to this. You might could chime in. If not, you know, hey, whatever. Spread the word. You know what I mean? Share the word. Share the word. Spread the links, because you know how I do. But I have an honest question. And I see this a lot, especially in the former friend I used to talk to. I don't talk to her no more, and I'm not gonna say her name. If you've been paying attention, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I have a question. This is a god honest question. Why do black content creators who talk about black celebrities or black news in general, why is it that some of y'all, because not all of y'all do this, but why is it that some of y'all only appeal or pander to a side that's going to bring in the most clicks and revenue? Because see, what I don't understand is the same people that are ranting and raving about how black people need to stick together. We gotta come together. We gotta rise and overcome. And all the people talk about this shit, right? But the same ones who talk about this, the ones who report on celebrities and all the shit that they do, it's always negativity. You know what I mean? And see, I wouldn't mind if it was negativity being posted if both sides were being shown. It's always on the side which is going to pander and bring the most revenue in. Give an example. The whole R. Kelly situation, right? People drag that whole R. Kelly shit through the fucking mud, right? Now, rightfully so, R. Kelly was fucked up in what he did. So, you know, I completely understand where y'all are coming from with that. Completely understand that part. But what a lot of people ain't doing is, especially when people are trying to bring in the revenue, what a lot of people ain't doing is they're not talking about the victim's parents, because they're in the wrong also. You know what I mean? They're not going to say nothing about that because that's not going to bring in the revenue. That's not going to bring in the traffic. So I'm only talk about what's going to bring this in, what's going to bring the money in. I got another example. The T.I. and the comedian situation, right? Now, T.I. has been doing community. He's been doing comedy for a little bit now, right? So he's at this comedy club, and apparently this girl who's a comedian said something along the lines of alleging about T.I.'s sexual assault case, which he's already been cleared of already. And then they also got some sort of footage that T.I. called her a bitch in the audience or something like that. And T.I. said something, oh, if I find a video that I called you bitch, I'll pay you $1 million or some shit like that. So if we being real, both are wrong, okay? If the girl said what she said about T.I. in that sexual assault case or whatever, she brought that up, that's wrong. If T.I. called a girl a bitch in the video and that's been confirmed, he's wrong. Both are wrong in the situation, okay? So let's clear that out now. But let's look at the entire general situation, right? Let's say if T.I. didn't call her a bitch, right? So everybody shit on Will Smith about him going up there smacking Chris Rock. Some people shit on him, some people applauded him for it. So it's not okay to go up to a comedian and smack the shit out of a comedian because of something that they said that you didn't like. So going up there and, again, another sensitive subject, which I'm pretty sure you're tired of hearing, you go out there, voice your opinion, and you get upset, rightfully so, because how many times are people gonna run that shit in your face? I give you an example, because if you don't understand what I'm getting at, let me give an example. Let's say you in school, right? Or you're at work. Let's just say you're at work, right? Let's say you're at work and they spot you giving a coworker a hug, right? Okay, cool. They spot you giving a coworker a hug, and people are saying that, oh yeah, they hugged, they kissed, and no, you didn't. All we did, we just hugged. That was it. That was literally all we did. Now, the first 2-3 days, no, we didn't. It was just a hug. All right, relax. A week goes by. Oh, y'all hugged and kissed? Nigga, we just hugged. That's all we did. 2 weeks go by. Same shit. All right, bro. Like, give it a rest. A month goes by. So, all right, bro, how many times you keep bringing this shit up? Like, goddamn, we just hugged. That's all we did. The fuck? Like, what's the problem? That's all we did, bro. Stop bringing that shit up. Eventually, it's gonna piss you off because it's like people just keep constantly bringing that shit up, and it's not even all that what happened. Like, you know, I didn't do it. All you saw me do was hug. You didn't see us kiss. Same energy. I hate saying the word energy, but same shit with the comedian. You keep bringing up some shit in the past that you feel frustrated about every time somebody keeps bringing up because it's done, it's dead. Leave it alone. You know what I mean? But people want to just keep egging that shit on, keep egging it on. And how else are you supposed to react? You know what I mean? Now, on the flip side of that, let's spin the genders for a minute, since people love to do this. Let's spin the genders for a second. Now, let's say if it was him, let's say that it was him calling out somebody else about theirs. They'll call that man insensitive. They're all, yep, you insensitive, you just this, you just that. They ready to hang this man out to dry. That's crazy to me. That is so crazy. And this brings me to my next point. I'm switching topics like crazy, but it's all coming around at some point. One more example. The whole Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion situation, right? Apparently Tory Lanez got locked up because he violated the restraining order, and he was like so many feet from her, and I guess that they was at the same concert and Rolling Loud or whatever, and then he broke that, so he got locked up, right? What's crazy to me is that story about Tory and Meg, it hasn't even all been confirmed yet. Everything is just hearsay. Nothing's been confirmed. Everything is alleged. But what bugs me the fuck out is crazy because a man allegedly did it, you'll throw him in the ringer. Throw him in the ringer. And even if he is innocent, you still have an undertone to him. But let's reverse the genders for a second. If that was a woman that did that shit, y'all would ride with her to the death to try to prove her innocence. And if you ain't on social media echoing the same sentiment, then you must be okay with X, Y, and Z. That shit is wild to me, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was you in the hot seat, you would want people to wait for all the facts to come out first before you even start just blabbering out the side of your neck about whatever. You know, I've seen it happen multiple times. I've seen it happen. But nobody's willing to talk about the bigger picture. Everybody just wants to pick a side, stick to that side, and run that to the fucking ground. And I hate it. I hate it so much. I really do. And then on top of that, back to the former friend I used to talk to, you know, I started really seeing how things were just moved. And my thing is this, you know, you run your platform however you see fit. It's totally fine. You know what I mean? I'm in no position, shape, or form to say how you should run your platform. Do as you please. Because, you know, I would say the same thing for my channel. You can't say about my channel and how I'm running it and all this stuff. You know, so vice versa. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But the same exact time, why is it anytime black people are being brought up, especially when it's black folks, the women are the ones that you would cape for and bring them up because you run with this social media narrative that black women need to be protected by black men, as if that shit don't happen in the world, which is, there's validity to it, but it's stupid to believe that that's what's going on in the world. Now, before y'all start dragging me about what I'm saying, hear me out. Like, you know, stay with me here. Social media is not the measuring rod for what's going on in the world. I'll give you an example. Let's say you go on social media, right? And you post, damn, it's freezing outside. I step outside and it's like 70 degrees out where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's viewpoint is different. I don't have to believe in what you say because you post it on the internet or on social media. You know what I mean? Then social media also has this funny way of making it seem like this is the only thing that's going on in the world because X amount of people said the same thing. And it's not true. I mean, well, let me not say it's not true, but it's not all the way valid like you think it is. Just go outside. Oh, black men don't be protecting black women. Why? Because you've seen several people post on social media. The whole Chris Rock, Will Smith thing. I'm so sick of seeing this shit, to be honest with you. That's why I can only microdose social media. But, you know, people are talking about how, you know, with Will doing what he did and he pulling out of the Grammys and shit, and people saying, oh, well, good, because the Grammys was phony anyway. What? Do you not understand that that's a prestigious event to be to? I don't fuck with the Grammys. I could care less about it, but that's a prestigious event. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't go in there acting ass. I know you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I know you would handle it totally different. You know what I mean? So those repercussions are to come when you do something like that in a prestigious event. It's bound to come like that, no matter who you are. Well, I take that back. I don't know. I don't know. If you're the darker shade, I don't know. It probably could have gone either way. I can't really speak on that. You know what I mean? But the point I'm trying to make is black men seem to be the only people that get shit on, especially with her. With her channel, this is what I hate. The women are the only ones. The women and anybody who's in the LGBTQ community, plus, I don't know if the plus is even existing anymore, but the plus, anybody who's in that community, or if it's black women, they all get brought up. Black men are the only ones that get shit on. I've seen her do the baby situation. She tried to shit on him with that, try to expose him and say he's gay on the low, which is fucking dumb. I've seen Kel Mitchell. I've seen him get shit on because of previous allegations of him putting hands on, I think, his ex-wife or whatever the fuck. The point I'm trying to make is none of the times that these celebrities are brought up, black celebrities, the men are always the ones that get shit on, but it's the same ones that keep saying how black people need to stick together. This is some real crabs in a barrel mentality. I don't fuck with it. Just like I don't fuck with her shit. Like I said, I didn't announce my, well, I probably didn't say this before, but I didn't announce my departure. I just backed away from it. You know what I mean? I just backed away. I was like, cool, whatever. You know what I mean? If that's type of shit you want, that's what you want, but stay away from me. You know what I mean? If she wanted to reach out and talk right now, I would probably turn it down. I don't want no parts of that shit, because I refuse to argue with somebody who uses social media as a platform to try to levy their arguments. You know what I'm saying? You can't believe everything you see on the internet. Just go outside. You know what I mean? So, what was another thing? The only time men are even mentioned on her channel is at any time where they're in some sort of scandal, where they're pretty much on the shitty end of it. They're either murdered by somebody of a fair skin, white people, or if they're brutally assaulted. That's the only time they ever pop up on the channel. Other than that, they're never brought up in a positive light. The crazy thing that I thought to myself, and I was like, wow. Now, mind you, everybody who follows me on this channel, y'all know that I don't even talk about stuff like this. Like this, that's not my lane. You know what I mean? Y'all know my lane is Madden, breakdowns, and stuff like that, 2K football, all of that. But this is just something that was on my heart. But the crazy thing I thought to myself was, okay, you want to report on black news. There's so much positivity going on in the black celebrity world that it could always be reported on, but it's not going to bring in the revenue. And that's the part that kills me. You say you for black folks, but you're really in it for the money. That's the part that's the part that kills me. Like, I can't stand it. Orlando Brown started getting sober. I think he doubled down on sobriety, right? People were bigging him up and all kinds of shit. But when I looked, that man was nowhere to be found on that channel. Nowhere to be found. Nowhere. That's pretty telling to me, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, black folks, you want to rise and uplift black folks and all this other shit. It's crazy to me because you're not doing it. You're only bringing up the women, allowing them to get away with whatever, talking about Wendy Williams, about how she's overcoming this and overcoming that. Wendy Williams got a big fucking mouth, dude. I stopped fucking with Wendy Williams simply for the fact, it was two reasons. I stopped fucking with her because, one, she told some sensitive information about Method Man and his wife, or something that was going on was really, really sensitive, and she was not to be, blabbering that to the public. And she told what her condition was. I don't remember, and I don't want to remember, but that was sensitive information that she told. Then on top of that, it was a teenager. He was murdered, and the way that she said it, like as if like, I don't know who he is. I don't know. This kid was murdered. Like, she told it in just a very distasteful way. But has any of that shit surfaced? Has any of that shit been mentioned? No. Like, everything that anything that a woman has done, she tries to somehow make sense of it. But for a man, it's he wrong, he dead wrong, and this is why. It's so disgusting because it's like you're projecting your hate for men. That's what it seems like. And to my recollection, I believe she has a boyfriend. I think the last time that we talked, she told me she had a boyfriend. Seeing the brother and everything. I was like, cool. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way you can walk around with that shit on your chest or on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And you have a boyfriend that has to walk around or be around you with that type of energy, with that type of negativity about men. So it's almost like that man gotta walk on eggshells around you because he don't want to trigger the wrong thing, and then you end up throwing it to the wayside and you're like, oh, he just like all the other men. The men is trash, blah blah blah. It's disgusting. Like it's flat out disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said again, black content creators, I'm calling on all of y'all. If not all of y'all, then some of y'all, because y'all are the suspect. Why is it that you only report on negative shit about black celebrities, but never talk about positivity? Never talk about positive shit. That is why, for that very reason, that the stuff that I just expounded on, for that very reason is why I started this podcast. Because I, honest to God, didn't even think about doing this stuff on the podcast, but hearing some of these black content creators doing what they're doing, the things that I just named off, that's what made me want to start doing this podcast and shit. Because I at least wanted to be the person who at least made sense of it all, or at least gave a perspective on both sides, and at the same time allow open dialogue. That's why when people chime in on the comment section on the podcast, I welcome that. I really do. You know what I'm saying? But other content creators, the one that's in particular, the one I'm talking about now, there's an open dialogue. It's just this and cut and dry. If you don't agree with it, then they assume that you're okay with X, Y, and Z. I cannot stand that shit. That's why I started that podcast, for damn sure. That's why I did that, because I hate how people only pander to one side and then don't see both sides or see the bigger general picture, and then don't allow open dialogue. You know what I mean? So that's what kind of jump started me wanting to do this podcast thing, because I at least want to be the voice of reason, because it seems to me like there's not a whole lot of black folks that even talk about black news and can give both sides. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like I said, this is just something I just had in my chest, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Share the word, spread the links. Y'all know how I do. Sorry everybody, I know this is not the normal video I normally do, but this is just something I just want to just really get off my chest, pause, because it was just something that really just bothers me, man. Like, it really does. You know, for somebody who's black and want to see everybody overcome and do great, you don't talk about the fine print and say that, oh, I mean just the women and the LGBTQ community, and you know, and please do not get this misconstrued, because I have absolutely no hate whatsoever for the women, men, or the LGBTQ plus community. I have no hate for them whatsoever. I just have an issue with the ones who always say they want black folks to stick together, rise, and overcome, but then pander to a side that only gets them the views and traffic. That's the problem I have with some black content creators that talk about black celebrity news. That's the issue I have. But like I said, I'm gonna wrap this thing on up, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Like I said, this is not the normal rant video, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Make sure to like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. It's your boy Jay Devon, and I'm signing out. Peace.